Here at the American Revolution Museum at Yorktown, our visitors will ask us a list of common questions. Are the clothes comfortable? Do we actually eat the food that we make out here? And do we live out here? Usually the answer to all of those in chronological order is yes, we're sweltering in these clothes. I mean, look at us. So no, we don't usually eat the food. We have a cafe inside the museum. And no, we don't live here because AC is pretty great. We like to go home at the end of the day. But I thought just for fun and of course educational purposes as well, so that myself and my fellow soldier Avery, who's behind the camera at the moment, I talked him into doing something that, well, he maybe is going to regret later, something I might regret later. We're going to spend the night here for a night, so we're going to show you exactly where these soldiers would be living, would be sleeping, the food they'd be eating, and some things they'd get up to in their off time. So we're going to do two things at the same time, not just show you what soldiers would do, but also show you some things that some of our own historical interpreters get up to after hours, and there's a complete and total lack of adult supervision.
So as my colleague Jamie has already mentioned, we plan to stay the night here, which also means that we have to do something for our supper. My name is Avery. I was the gentleman behind the camera in the prior shot. And what we are currently doing is we're standing in our company kitchen and we are watching our food boil. So at the moment it's simply beef and beans, kind of the standard meal for the soldier back in the 18th century. Now folks, a design like this in terms of the kitchen is fairly standard as well in the 18th century for really most, if not all, European armies. How this will be set up, you're going to see 10 little cubbies or dugouts all around this kitchen, and you're expected to have a fire in each one of these going. What will happen is one soldier from each one of your tents will come down and prepare a meal for himself and his 5 other tent mates. A style like this is going to be very organized. In a normal encampment, you're going to see roughly 80 fires. So having those fires spread all across our lovely flammable encampment, it's probably not the smartest thing ever, hence why we're going to organize this by company. And then we are also going to distance this stuff about 40 feet behind this rear line of tents over here.
So that food is going to take forever and a day to boil. So we could just sit there and watch it boil, or we could occupy ourselves. And that's a lot of what these soldiers are honestly going to be doing. Whenever they're not training, cooking, fighting, marching, there's just a lot of this, just sitting around waiting till, you know, there's something else to do. So we're going to show you a little bit of what soldiers would do in their pastimes, and a little bit of what historical interpreters do in their pastimes. Avery's going to have fun.
Jamie? Oh, break the table, break the table. Yeah, so I'll just put a few cards down.
Hey, what is that?
That was that was my playing cards that I'm not supposed to have right now.
Oh, it's a deck. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
You know, just playing cards.
just playing cards. Nothing having to do with monkeys and balloons and.
No.
Okay.
I'll take the box.
Okay. I guess we're done.
Avery's missing the gym today, so he's gotta, you know. Hey, you wanna get the sponge? Yeah, it's in the shed.
Yeah.
Is the shed open?
Should. Oh, there we go. You see that bubbling right there? That's the vent. What I'm looking for is water to actually overfill over the vent. And Avery's going to get me a sponge. And we're going to push all the water out of the vent. And, yeah, there we go. The water's brown. It should be clean. I didn't hear a word you just said. So artillery crews wouldn't have used a hose, of course. They would have used a bucket of water. So the one you see kind of down there. So they would have used a mixture of water and apple cider vinegar to go ahead and scrape out all the crud. But a hose is just so much easier. Plus it doesn't smell awful. So yeah, we get nice things to the museum. And that's how you do that. I am now.
Bro, what in the world?
We having fun yet?
No. Can't
No,
say we are.
we're not having fun yet? Why aren't you having fun?
I don't have the sledgehammer yet.
You don't have the sledgehammer yet.
Don't have the sledgehammer yet.
What do you plan on doing with the sledgehammer?
Why did you rotate?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just because
All
I can.
right.
Yeah. All right.
Now, in someone's infinite wisdom, I've been granted a sledgehammer. And we have things that need sledging, things that need to go. So probably shouldn't try this at home. Again, I don't really know why I'm allowed to do this, but I am allowed to do this, so I think.
And he's even being safe.
Shut up.
Come on now.
That'll be enough for now.
While I eat, I thought I'd just explain a few things, because we have been goofing off quite a bit, and while that's fun, so I did want to explain a little bit about what living in a camp like this actually would entail. You're going to wake up very, very early in the morning, pretty much with the sun, and you're going to go to bed kind of at dusk, around when the sun starts to drop. So you're going to wake up early in the morning, and that is when the fires are going to be started within your company kitchens, and cooking is going to be done from early in the morning to about midday. That's when the eating would be done. So we are cheating just a little bit in that we're eating late at night, but you know, if we were soldiers in the camp, we would have been up for hours at this point. Eating would have already been done. And yeah, we actually did take a few liberties. We got some fresh meat, but I'm going to go ahead and put up some footage here. You can see what these soldiers were actually consuming on a day-to-day basis. It was not tasty. I mean, the food I'm eating right now isn't all that great, but it's passable. I could survive off of this. I wouldn't want to, but I could. These troops are going to be eating a lot of salt-cured meats, a lot of dried beans and grains. I actually had beans fresh out of the can because, again, modern conveniences and all. So they also would have had some bread in with their meal as well, something that I did not actually crush up and put in the pot because we've tasted hard bread and, no. Tonight we have kidney beans and we have beef. So it's going to look about the same every single day. So boiled this up fresh, so it should actually taste a little bit better. But we'll see about that. So we're in a place the enlisted are never allowed to be. We're in the colonel's tent. Typically, food is going to be allowed anywhere near the tents, least of all in an officer's tent. But I don't see the colonel anywhere. I don't think you saw him anywhere. I don't know. So he has a table. We don't have a table, so we're going to eat in here.
It's our table now.
Yeah, so first impressions, Avery, what do you think about cooking?
Well, I'm not dead yet, so it's
Give
probably
it time.
okay. Okay.
Give it time. Still haven't gone to bed yet.
Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of beans, a lot of meat, a lot of protein involved. When you have 6 grown men in a tent, very, very good results, I think. It's going to stink a little bit, but who doesn't stink in the Army?
Bathed last week, man.
I bathed 2 weeks ago, so I don't know about you, but a little more fermented, I think.
Okay. Aged is the term I prefer.
Yeah, you're aged, all right.
Fine wine. Just gonna pretend like I. What?
Oh.
I'm out. I'm out. Yeah. Yeah.
More weight.
More weight.
More weight.
Oh my God. Come on, come on. You done?
So folks, this would have been an example of a enlisted man's tent. On a normal basis, what you're seeing is you're going to be seeing 6 men in each one of these tents. Now that sounds horrible, and it probably is horrible. Luckily, we've only got 2 people willing to do something like this within our foundation, at least in the camp. But 6 people in an A-frame tent that's about 7 foot by 7 foot, it's going to be doable, especially considering the average height for a soldier in the 18th century is somewhere in between 5'7" to 5'9". That coupled with the fact that, well, you saw our rations, we're not really feeding you all too much, you can fit 6 guys in a tent like this.
So having 6 full-grown men in an A-frame like this may seem ridiculous. That is until it's gone. So the only thing worse than 6 men in a tent is 6 men without one, and it starts to bring cats and dogs. It starts to thunder and lightning, which is what happened last night, which is why I have no tent. So one of these tents may fall, and it's going to go ahead and bother your bunkmates over here, and it's going to give them a window. So yeah, it's something else we're going to have to fix later. But yeah, it's we are thankful for the small things. This is gonna suck. I'm already sweating. It's gonna rain at 3 a.m. We're having fun. You said you slept good?
Yeah, dude.
I know you slept good. You snored.
Was I snoring, bro?
You did.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, this guy snores.
I was just knocked out, apparently.
Yeah. I woke up at around 4 something this morning, realizing I was on my shoulder. And, yeah, it's definitely my mattress back home. That hurt. But, yeah, our day probably would have started a couple hours ago. Sun came up at around 5:30. I know that because I was up at 5:30.
I was not.
Yeah, I know. But, yeah, normally we'd get up, elect one of us to go out to get a fire going for the day's meal, and we would go ahead and report out of our tents for morning muster, and after that it's off to the day's chores, the day's work, the day's training. Typically training is going to consist of a lot of repetition, drilling with your musket, marching, drilling again, and again, and again, and again, and again. But, did you do this again?
Yeah, I think so.
You'd do this again. I don't know if I would.
It wasn't that bad.
I feel like if the farmers did this, it'd be a little bit easier.
Farmers, huh?
Because they got a bed.
Yeah, maybe they should try that one time.
They got a bed in the farmhouse. Yeah, farmers, you're next. Hi. If you like what you saw in this video, then definitely subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more. Hopefully more of our sites will do this in the near future. So if you'd like to learn even more than what you saw in this video, then as always, stop by our museum. We'd be happy to show you around.
That's my controller.
No, that's yours. Help yourself. Oh, we're done.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock. We're not getting paid. So.
Bye. It'll start. You just hand me like your last. You hand me a card, and I'll just put that down.
Oh no, ask for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. You have any jacks?
Bro, I'm sitting here. It's like, bro, how do I flip this? Because you're gonna be on the other side.
Let's do that one more time with me spaced back. See if she could use that. But.
Yeah.
Sarah, I figure like speed it up, maybe like we did the other artillery one. Well, this goes like really, really fast. I don't know.
You said what?
Your choice. I don't know. Talking to Sarah.
Oh.
Yeah, she's not here, but she is in spirit.